Pierre Bensusan is a world-renowned virtuoso guitarist whose repertoire spans from classic to Brazilian to jazz. He's currently visiting Israel, and I'm happy to welcome him to our studio. Welcome, Pierre.
Shalom.
Thank you so much for coming in. You'll be performing in Tel Aviv tonight, right?
Correct.
So, but before we start speaking to you, let's watch a short segment about your work.
Pierre Bensusan was born in French Algeria in 1957, but left it when he was only 4 years old. His passion for music began when he was introduced to the piano at the young age of 7. A few years later, he chose his favorite instrument, the guitar. A self-taught artist, Bensusan was influenced by the rise of folk in the 70s. In 1975, when he was 17, he released his first album, Près de Paris. His debut effort was received very well by critics, and he won the Grand Prix du Disque at the Montreux Festival. Over the years, Bensusan honed his style, which became unique and inimitable. As both guitarist and vocalist, he fused classical, jazz, folk, Algerian and French influences, acting as a precursor of the world music era. In 2008, he was named Best World Music Guitarist by Guitar Player magazine. After a 40-year career, Bensusan released this month a triple album compiling some of his most beloved melodies, named Encore. Bensusan hasn't visited Israel in 15 years, and his visit gives him an opportunity to teach his technique in master classes and perform for the Israeli audience. For his show, he invited veteran Moroccan-born Israeli singer and drummer Shlomo Bar to perform with him and complement his strings.
Pierre, so let's start in the beginning. You were born in Algeria.
Oran, yeah.
And you moved to Paris at a very young age.
At 4 years old, yeah.
All right, but I'm guessing that the family still had a lot of Algeria in it. There was still a lot of it in the house.
Yeah, obviously, but all the family moved, no one stayed. And so when I grew up, it was sort of taboo to even speak about Algeria.
Really? So you try to be more French than the French?
I don't know about that. Me, I was not aware of it, but my parents were keeping a sort of resentment about all the situation and all the experience.
I see. How do you think that trickled down to your music, if at all?
Nostalgia, some melancholy, and also a great sense of adaptation.
I see.
You know.
Well, that brings to mind the question of genres. You operate within so many genres. You know, your variety is there.
Yeah, but music...
Do you feel it?
No.
To you it's all the same?
No, it's not the same, just different colors, but music is definitely an empire, and which contains all those, what we call genres and styles and manners of approaching it. And I look at it like a kaleidoscope, like a sort of universal figure where you can quote references and sometimes you know, say, oh, it sounds like this, it sounds like that, but for me it's more like a way of integration, like fusion, like alchemy. Okay.
You know? It does look, when you play, you seem like you are totally engulfed in the music, totally lost in it. How do you put yourself in that state of mind?
Wow. In fact, I've been feeling like this since I started to play the piano. Music had this effect on me, which was to drive me in. And so it was a beautiful way for me to sort of live a parallel life. Normal things. And then music was like giving me a chance to look at the world from just off a little bit and see the same world but differently, probably.
Wow.
You know.
It sounds like a wonderful experience. It is for us, the listeners. Let's end with maybe a tip. You're performing in Israel. You're also giving some master classes. What's the one tip you can give to a young guitar player just starting out?
To listen.
Always a good idea. Thank you so much, Pierre. We're going to have the pleasure now of listening to a segment by you. What are you going to play for us?
Bamboulé.
Bamboulé. All
תודה
right.
רבה.
Pierre Bensusan.